Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. A reminder that there is no second best daily YouTube live stream that talks about these markets. We hope you guys, as always, enjoy this content that we put out every day. I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by our full cast and crew of Tucker, Max, Jackus, and Dr. Janet Yellen for the time being. But yeah, I hope everyone had a great weekend. Bitcoin and crypto probably made it a little bit better, especially if you were heavily exposed. Real quickly, before we get to cooking and sharing that alpha, we always really appreciate when you guys smash that like button before we get started. And Bitcoin had a huge pump. So I want to see you guys really smashing that like button, right? I mean, I'm sure we'll bug you again, of course, later on in the video, but like we've always said, it means a lot to us when you guys support us, support this channel, and support this brand. But without further ado, let's go ahead and set the stage for the week, right? I mean, the Bitcoin candle that we've had so far is mostly self-explanatory, right? Chatting almost all the way up to 42K, breaking from that vertical accumulation structure that we were sitting in for about 6 weeks. That was a big move, right? And it was, largely telegraphed by the move that we saw in gold right around the weekly open. Gave a huge blow off candle. We'll see how gold continues to trade throughout the rest of the week, just like we'll see how Bitcoin will trade. Something very interesting before I move on from Bitcoin and move into maybe the altcoin market is Bitcoin has had a very strong underlying spot bid under it pretty much since the weekly open began. I want to say there's a Binance whale that's filled about 800 Bitcoin from around these prices. So there's a strong bid, right? I mean, you would expect this level of demand to either be peak FOMO or to be, support before we are propelled higher. That will be a big question that we'll see answered later this week. But I think another thing that's very interesting that's occurring this morning, right? We have altcoins showing very immense weakness in the face of Bitcoin. ETH, a little bit less than other alts, but Bitcoin's really showing us, that liquidity vacuum effect, right? It's the king. It should be expected that when the entire market's going to aggressively trend, it typically begins with Bitcoin moving first and then eventually back into altcoins. I do think, I want to say this real quick. I do think the fact that Bitcoin is still leading, right, and still going higher, it's likely a precursor for a very lucrative and much larger alt season, whether that occurs in December or whether that occurs in Q1 of next year. As far as equities go, we're down about a percent today. I don't think anything major. In general, the trend is still chopping higher. I think it's very critical, right, how we develop within this quote unquote window of weakness. I think either this is the last week or we have another half week next week for that window of weakness to be realized. And wherever equities are trading, I think it will be very indicative of the strength of the trend as we head into Q1. But without further ado, guys, let's open the floor here. I'd love to get y'all's opinion on this awesome pump we've had on Bitcoin. What are we seeing in the markets today?
Dude, that fractal. Look at that thing, Tucker. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. First of all, I want to address a couple comments that I'm seeing. And then I know we have a special announcement, or I don't know, maybe it's a good announcement, maybe it's a bad announcement. Well, we have a spiel from Chef Jackus. But first I want to address some comments. One, thank you guys for being here. We already got 40 people watching. I absolutely love it. 2, Samuel, you said, miss you, Max. I'm not sure if we know each other, but I miss you too, man. I don't need to know you to miss you. I miss you too, Samuel. Thanks for being here. And I also love the people announcing in the comments who they're specifically here for. Just here for Will. Just here for Jackus. It's just funny. You guys are funny, man. I love you guys. But yeah, guys, happy Monday. Happy Monday. And I want to highlight one comment, man. This is from Will. Will started by saying, I'm so happy I stayed in crypto. Holy moly. And this is the comment, man. This pulls on my heartstrings. This space was so dead for so long, and I would just watch y'all with 5 other people every day. Was so worth it. Grateful for y'all and these opportunities. Thank you, Will.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you so much. Thank you. Because, this space was, it's been dark and it's been gloomy for a long time. And the real money in this space and crypto is made when nobody wants to be here. Not when everybody's talking about it and everybody wants to be here. You deserve to be here. If you've been making money recently and you've been showing up to, these streams, or, maybe some other people that do streams or content creators, analysts, whoever, and you've been following along with, market analysis from whomever, doing some of your own, placing calculated bets, working on improving your own methods and your own skills, becoming a better individual, smarter trader and investor. And you made it through, the tail end of 2022 and all of 2023, and now you're here. I mean, you deserve it. This has not been easy. It's been tough on us too, because we get up every single day and we narrate and analyze what's going on in the markets on the lower time frames every single day. And there were some days when, I mean, we could have just not shown up and done what we do because the market didn't do anything. There's nothing to talk about. The market didn't move. So, I mean, seriously, don't let anybody tell you ever that you got lucky in this space. Oh, you're so lucky that you bought Bitcoin under 30K. No, I showed up every single day so that I could buy Bitcoin under 30K because I had the foresight to know what was coming. So anyways, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
You tend to hear that though at the top, right? When everybody else is getting in late, they're like, "Oh, you just got lucky." Well, you're in late, so you're going to be extra liquidity, right? I think a lot of people just tend to forget that they sit there sideline watching, and then when the market's at full FOMO, then they're like, "All right, pull the trigger, let's go." And it's like
there's that meme there's that funny meme of it's like wait, and he's like buy, and it's like the Pico top, But yeah, guys, I'm gonna just hammer you guys once while we're here. We're only 7 minutes in. You guys know what's coming already. You already know what I'm about to do. All right. So turn your volume up so I can badger you at full volume. All right, guys. Before we get too deep into the stream and before we get too deep into the alpha dump and the cooking, guys, please consider not just hitting the like button, not just smashing the like button, but physically abusing the like button, guys. Hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. I want to see broken computer mousies. Okay, I want to see pictures of broken Mises, right, Tucker?
Yes, Mises.
Broken Mises. So, guys, hit that like button. We got to get that like up, man. We got 24 likes in the video. We got 43 people watching. I know you guys can do better than that. It really helps the channel. We're almost at 3,000, guys. We're growing so quickly, and it's because of you guys. And actually, believe it or not, you might think it's a big conspiracy theory. It's actually because you hit the like button. When you hit the like button, more people jump in, and then they go, oh, wow, this is an awesome alpha dump. We'll subscribe. So our growth is really largely thanks to you guys. Almost entirely thanks to you guys. So hit that like button for us. And furthermore, if you're new here, this is Market Check brought to you by Because Bitcoin. This is our daily live YouTube show. We are live Monday through Friday at 10:50 a.m. Eastern time with this full cast right here, with the full cast. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Help us hit 3,000. And also, it's a really great experience. You will love being a Because Bitcoin YouTube subscriber. I promise your life will get better. You will probably make more money. And also, you'll meet some great people. So come hang out with us here Monday through Friday at 10:50 a.m. Eastern time for the 1.5 to 2 hour long alpha dump. But with that said, man, I know you guys are going to come through. I don't need to badger you too much more. I'll maybe hit you once more later in the show. But I think there might be some disciplinary action that's going to occur from Jackus, man, the chef. You've seen these dramatic cooking shows before, with like Gordon Ramsay, how dramatic and intense these chefs can get. Well, we have our own in-house chef named Jackus, and I have a feeling he's gonna hit you guys with something. So Jackus,
before we get to Jackus real quick, I just wanted to correct one thing that you said there.
Okay.
You said our YouTube show. I believe it's a YouTube alpha dump, but tomato. That's all I wanted to correct.
I may have misspoke. Well, I may have misspoke, and I appreciate you correcting me on that. But anyways, Chef Jackus Ramsay. There we go. See, look at this. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for the sub.
That's awesome.
All right.
Man, I love the comment from Champ that is saying, to be honest, I feel like this bear market and the sentiment was worse than the 2018 bear market. But to be honest, I wasn't on Twitter back then. Well, guess what, Champ? I was every single day I wasn't active with my Twitter account yet, but I was on Twitter every single day, following lots of people. And I can tell you, this bear market indeed was the worst sentiment-wise. It's if you guys survived till now, you can really clap yourself because it was really, really tough, and you deserve every single penny that you made out of this market. I mean it.
Jackus,
Yeah.
would you like to cook?
was that it?
Oh, no. I'm waiting for the chart.
Oh, you
Said
need
no,
to start.
no.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh, we're battling over it.
Wait. Is it there
Wait,
though?
the chart's like we might be
Should
having
be
a.
there now.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. There we go. Okay.
It was
All right.
just all right, guys. So here's something I want to talk about because you guys hear me talk about where I am the greedy guy for the likes. You know that, right? When I promise you some alpha in the exchange of returns. Because by the way, I always love when you guys, the team speak about the likes because you guys can, say it so well, introduce the likes, introduce the team, and so on. And it really is true that the likes helps us grow. We share lots of really good knowledge here, and without the likes, it's not possible for us to grow, right? We are not just dumping some, fucking bullish hope here. No. So when I share lots of this stuff that I share for the first time in here, I do demand some of those likes. I am hungry for those likes. Like you guys are hungry for the alpha, right? And here I want to show you some of the alpha that was not shown because you guys didn't fight enough for the likes. I demanded the likes, you guys did not deliver. And I'm going to show what you guys missed so that it doesn't happen again, right? So here, this is the BTC Euro chart. And I wanted to talk about it right when we were trading right here. When we were trading right here, people were getting slightly bullish, just gonna give the USD chart for the comparison. We were trading around, $37,000, and then we were getting the drop, the big scary drop. Lots of people were calling for the, 33K retest, obviously on the USD chart. And here I wanted to share this with you. I wanted to. I begged you for the likes. You guys need to take this into back of your minds and do better next time if you want it, right? I know there are some of you that show up every single time on this show. You like every single time, and this I appreciate, right? I'm talking about those that do not press the like button, right? I'm talking, and even if you do guys press the like button, you can always share it with your friends if you really want that alpha. So back then, I wanted to talk, guys, about this one, right? We were trading right around this area, and I wanted to talk about this cylinder move on BTC Euro chart and how this 7th point is going to be the entry point, right below this low. I expected we're going to get some sweep, and then we will start to get higher prices where we start to go in a big exponential move upside that is going to get lots of people euphoric. And now it's unfolding, right? This is the same one I had made back then. You can see it was actually made down here, the squigglies. I wanted to share this. I think we are now in the, ace point. I think we might get a sort of pullback here, then we get further upside. I wanted to talk about about the context. It's not just about the pattern. That's no. I use lots of stuff. And I wanted to talk about the higher time frame context of the range, right? I wanted to talk how we need to go higher for various reasons. And it all fitted together. I really wanted to share it with you guys. So once again, if you guys want to see this alpha, you need to really start cooking. Because as I was saying, back then, some of you might remember this day. I was saying, no, I really need to share it today. Like, I do not think there is much time to position yourself. We got some retests the other days, but this was really time to position yourself, right? So today, guys, I'm demanding 90 likes for some alpha. 90 likes, guys. Okay.
Oh my.
If we do get 90 likes in, in like 1 hour or something, I'm going to share some great alpha with you today. Some usable alpha. But I demand 90 likes. It's for you. If we grow, right, we can keep delivering you the better content. We can deliver you great hosts that can come to the show, because lots of hosts, they will come when they see that the channel has lots of viewers, right? So by smashing that like button, as Samuel is saying, smash it. By smashing those likes, retweets, and subs, you are not helping us. You are helping yourself. So today, guys, let's get to 90. I believe we can do this together, right? Let's
Well,
do
Oh
that.
my gosh.
here's
90, man. That greedy
here-
Jackus, man. That greedy
here's the thing
Jackus.
though. Most of these guys, they're used to, and girls, they're used to coming on to shows like Bloomberg and stuff like that, getting promises, and they never deliver. So a lot of them, they honestly probably believe that, oh, if we hit the like button, they're just gonna give us some garbage. We don't come in here to give you guys garbage every day, like a lot of people do. We come in here and we like, if we tell you we have something, we legitimately have something. So I just want to be clear about that to the audience.
Let's get into the charts here, boys. Let's get into the charts here. So Tucker, your channel has been invalidated, man.
Invalidated
completely
to
invalidated,
the upside, man. Yeah, it has.
To the upside.
Yes, to the
Yeah,
upside.
yeah, that's it. So that's the old meme. Call
Yeah.
the ambulance, but
Oh,
not for
no.
me.
Where'd it go? There we go. She's back.
Hang on. We're loading. We're loading. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Tucker's chart's been completely invalidated, man. His TA is just it's just done, man. I mean, he had a bullish channel, and the channel broke.
The channel
upside.
broke, man. I think as soon as you close like a daily above here,
What level is that?
right there. For as soon as you closed above 38K on the daily, it was over. It was straight up. There was no turning back. There was no turning back.
Would you be
guys.
so kind to switch over to the CME futures chart? Because we
Yeah.
were talking about this morning in the Discord. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of these gaps when you really break away and have like a solid weekly gap up or weekend gap up. You know, sometimes these CME gaps, most often they get filled within like 48 hours, but sometimes they get left for months before
Mhm.
they come back. So my question to you guys is, we're all anticipating higher prices from here. Okay. And we're also expecting a pullback sometime in like Q1 before the halving. Do you think it's possible that we leave this Bitcoin CME gap, we go to like 50K, and then this CME gap actually serves as the retest sometime before the halving? So maybe we go up to 50K, and then we get a dump or a flush before April, which is the halving.
I mean, look at all
And
these
then we
gaps.
come back and yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there were gaps. There were gaps here that didn't get filled until the bear market, right? Like,
Yeah, very
you
true.
know, I mean, this gap is what, $2,000 below us. I'm not saying we're not going to go fill it like that. We're never coming below 39.6 ever again.
But maybe that's the shove spot, you know, because look at all that vertical accumulation and we just broke out of.
Yeah.
What if that's like the perfect retest shove spot when we flush from 50K or something like that?
That's
You know what I
fair. Yeah, I would rather see that happen. I wouldn't really want to see this breakaway candle get retraced super quickly. That's not what you'd want to see. But yeah, I mean, guys, we're telling you in here, as long as these lows continue to be protected, like there's no reason to be bearish, really. I mean, I did say, like, where is it? Like, if we were to start breaking down and we couldn't close above 38K, like, we absolutely would have run all these stops, right? But that's just not what happened. Like, the stairs up, elevator down thing is not valid here, right? Like, it's not valid when you're doing like this, right? Like,
Describe it for those listening just with audio.
Yeah, like if you're doing something like the vertical accumulation we saw, like something like in here in August of 2020 or October of 2020, like
It's right before the start of last bull market.
yeah, I'm sure people were saying like, oh my gosh, stairs up, and then we're gonna wipe all the stops and go. And guess what? You missed it. You missed the entire move, right? Like, yes, this should be everyone's favorite show on YouTube.
We owe a huge thank you. Look at this, man. We got a super chat already this early on a Monday, man. Thank you, Ray. Thank you for the tip, the $5. Say
Love
hello, buy low, smash the like. Ray. Thank you, Ray.
That's all there is to it right there.
You know what we might
I do
want
want to point out that Ozio did say he'll super chat if you allow me to run the Caroline Ellison picture.
I can't. That no amount of money in the world is worth seeing. That picture, Will. I can't.
True.
I can't do it. I don't care, man. I can't fold ever.
This is true.
I don't.
It's a work of art.
$10 million a year, I wouldn't consider it. I can't look at that face. I just can't do it.
Finky says, "This is my favorite show on YouTube. Let's go."
And he also
Let's
says,
go.
"I love Chef Jackus, man. One
And
of your
also
favorite,
says, I love
one of your
Tucker.
favorite restaurant customers, man. They love Chef Jackus, man. Everybody
They're
loves
eating
Chef
good on
Jackus.
this show, man.
Yeah, man.
Well,
a
good-
little
good.
brunch with Jackus, a little eggs Benedict with a side of potatoes. It's fantastic.
I
Good
mean,
to
God,
hear you guys enjoy the restaurant here.
what do we say here? What do we say here, fellas? I mean,
So I think that actually, Tucker, I'm going to have you manipulate this slightly for me because I was looking at something similar. Can you go to the higher time frames, like maybe the 4 hour? And now draw a range from that. You have the high marked out. Can you bring the range low to the opening tick at the very bottom at $2?
this
All the
range,
way down.
though,
Yeah, all the way down. All right.
to the wick.
Yeah. That's fine.
Look at that. Oh,
Yeah,
we could have
that's what I mean. Is
16.
I want that retest of the range high, and then I want the 1.618 right there. So I think if TIA comes back in to 7.5, that should be your area to shove before
Mhm.
before double digits, in my opinion. That's
Yeah.
the spot.
And we should get a little pop here, right?
A little complacency shoulder.
I think we get a little shoulder, and then what would that be? December 7th? That's in 3 days. We bottom. Thursday, we bottom, and then we just tear.
You know what I would love to have happen is that Ethereum acts as a vacuum and just rips up to like $2,500. Altcoins bleed against it because it's literally a vacuum and nothing survives in a vacuum. So
Mhm.
I would love for ETH to rip up to like 2,500. TIA bleeds, all your favorite altcoins bleed, and then you can rotate back into your favorite alts like TIA on that range high retest.
Here's what I think. I don't think TIA would go down while ETH ripped, right? Like I could see like, we pop, Bitcoin kind of corrects a little bit. This is when ETH is ripping. ETH chads 2,500. TIA gets like
Yeah.
dragged up here.
Yeah.
And then ETH stops and we just get boom. Like
Yeah.
that's what I could see more so happening. Like $16. I know, Tommy, you were looking at some TIA targets, but yeah. Because I mean, what's that move? Like, what is this? This is like 50%. I guess that's a decent move, but yeah. I mean, I
think you just that range high is just however we get there, like whenever we get there, whether it's 10 minutes from now or 10 days from now, that retest of 750 is the spot. And I think I would find it very unlikely or low probabilities that TIA has topped before double digits.
I mean,
I don't know how deep into the double digits we go, but I'd be a little bit surprised. Oh, another super chat. Guys, it's fantastic. Look at us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I know you've super chatted us before because I said I was afraid I was going to pronounce your name wrong. Mimir. All experts like Plan B, etc., call for never under 30K again. They said 2021 will be proven wrong this time again, or 30K-ish bear bottom 2026. Haha. Yeah, Plan B. I mean, I think his model was invalidated, but he's saying it wasn't. But I don't know.
Oh,
It
for
was, man.
sure.
It was. He
For
like
sure it was.
he like
Yeah.
updated his model, I think, like 3 times already, and it keeps getting lower and lower, and it just doesn't.
Yeah, he
make
just keeps
sense.
saying he just won't fold. But here's the problem: is
It's
he
like
stakes.
Capo. It's like Capo. Vice
It
versa,
is.
man.
These guys, they stake their entire reputation on one model or one thesis, and then they refuse to pivot or modify their thinking when presented with new information. Plan B's entire his entire online persona, professional persona, he came up with this model before last cycle, and it worked for a while, and then it became invalidated, and it was like crippling for him. Like he couldn't be like, hey, this has changed, I'm going to work on a new model, which would have been totally fine.
Yeah.
Like no one would have cared, but he just couldn't fold, man. He posted something on Twitter, man. He was kind of memeing. He's like, oh, and they say my model was like invalidated, and he was kind of trolling people saying it was still valid, and it just was completely off. But yeah.
I mean,
Tucker.
his model was based on the entirety that we will keep getting Fourier cycles over and over again for eternity, and like that's just such a dumb shit, because markets are driven by supply and demand, and they need to be like on the very higher time frame, and they need to be put in the macro perspectives, right? So you just like by the logic itself, you cannot have the Fourier cycle over and over again, because the people would just sell and buy each time. Like they would just repeat it. It's just nobody, like if everyone would do it, it doesn't work that way. You cannot have everyone making money and then not losing money. It just doesn't work that way. So at some point, I mean, the model made sense, especially at the very beginning, when halvings when the Bitcoin mining was giving high rewards, right? And when there was a halving, the halving was really big. Like when you go from 50 to 25, that's a huge drop. But when you go from 6 to 3 Bitcoin, that's a big difference. That's 3 Bitcoin versus 25 Bitcoin cut. So in the beginning, this model did make sense, but it cannot go like this forever.
And Tucker said this too. He said just that point. He's like, every halving matters less than the one before, right?
Yeah.
Half as much.
Yeah. Literally.
That's a
literally.
good one.
Not that it doesn't matter at all, but they do lose, some significance each time. We've talked about before how this, people will, not that this time is different necessarily, but we have entertained this. Do you think there's any chance? Well, there's always a chance, right? But what type of probability do you guys attach to an all-time high for Bitcoin before the Bitcoin halving, which has never happened before? Do you guys think that that's somewhat likely?
I think
Did we hit new all-time high before halving? You said, Matt?
Yeah, so before April of next year. Do you guys think we could go to an all-time high before April of next year, which has never happened?
I think entertaining.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is I think entertaining something like that, it only makes sense in the scenario that something has happened, right? Like in the scenario that something has changed in a cycle format, then it makes sense to entertain new ideas for cycles. Just like Plan B, right? Like Plan B's worked until it didn't. I don't think you should ever restructure your model until you get a change. And then once you get a change, then you restructure your model. So for now, halvings still have a place until they don't, right? And then when Bitcoin does have that period where it does pop off prior to the halving, now halvings are basically invalidated. And now it's like it's kind of like validation, invalidation. And there's no point in invalidating something that hasn't been invalidated yet.
I would like to point out, Tucker, if you're on the weekly chart, maybe you could just switch to the weekly real quick. If you go to November, the weekly candle on November 15th of 2021, so basically the all-time high just before that.
Oh, right here.
No, the
Right.
69K one.
Oh, okay.
That's the zoom in on that. The last unmitigated weekly inefficiency is
Oh,
that
man.
candle right there.
Yeah, I see it.
The last completely unmitigated weekly FEG.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just wanted to point out that wouldn't that be crazy if we get stuffed at like 60K? So a lot of people think we're going to like 48 or 50. Imagine we overshoot it and we're like within just inches of a new all-time high and just get stuffed right there.
Stuffed. Yeah.
Stuffed.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, Max, that's it. Because that was my base case for so long, is that nobody expected that we will go above the March 2022 high, above that 48K magical sentiment level. And then I think when we will be there, everyone will be calling for all-time highs, and instead we get stuff right below it. We will get it eventually. We'll get it.
Imagine that. We're at 60K or 61, and we basically just like triple top there.
Oh, man, that would be.
I love it.
That's
I kind of do too,
man.
That's like serious psychological torment.
Yeah,
you're like right there, and you just don't get the all-time high.
That's bad, man.
I mean, it is the last like weekly inefficiency on the entire chart. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we're just talking hypotheticals here, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to play around with a scenario like that. And there's a lot of charts that that would kind of line up. It would line up with something like that happening, where it would maybe time out as well. Like we rally euphorically during this Fed pause period, which we know typically happens where risk can perform very well during a Fed pause before a pivot. And then also Bitcoin and ETH, risk can rally, pre-Bitcoin halving. So we have this little period of time where we're in the Fed pause. We're probably not going to get cuts until very end of Q1 or Q2, at the earliest. So we have, 5-6 months of this Goldilocks period for the Fed pause where risk can rally unencumbered. And then we also have that same amount of time, 5 or 6 months before Bitcoin halving, which we know things can rally as well. So maybe the stars align for like a triple top or a retest of the all-time high, but we don't quite breach it. I don't know. All I know is that I'd feel a lot more, I would feel uncomfortable not having any exposure here, truthfully. I really would.
Yeah. I think it would be foolish to not have exposure.
What do you tell me think of the idea of hitting new all-time high in 24?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's possible in 2024. I don't know about before the halving. I could see it. I could see us trading very close to all-time highs. I've seen, one of the smartest traders I know has been kind of talking about the possibility. And every cycle is different, right? I mean, people can expect whether this is like if we top, or if people are looking for a top, they're framing it through the lens of the last cycle. But what if you frame it through the lens of the cycle before that, right? And the run up to all-time high in 2017, 2018, there were essentially no pullbacks on Bitcoin, right? It was just, you had some super aggressive flushes that ended in a more parabolic top. But I mean, yeah, right. Like I said, every cycle is different. So I think at the end of the day, as long as the trend is your friend, and the trend does appear to be bulls' friends, you want to be looking to bid flushes wherever they kind of bottom out, right? Especially on some of the coins that have been outperforming, because there could always be the possibility that, we haven't necessarily had or that we might not get too deep of a pullback, or we might not get a double bottom per COVID, right? I mean, I think there are a lot of different things that could happen. And a lot of it does depend on, what equities do. If there's some sort of freak credit event or liquidity event, at the heart of COVID was not just a black swan ignited from a virus. It was also a very much deteriorating treasury and reverse repo market. So there are always signs, and you always have to be careful. But yeah, every cycle is different. And I could totally see us being at all-time highs, before the first half of next year is over.
Tommy, I just wanted to point out that you don't have to call me the smartest trader you know, but
Yeah.
definitely okay.
Well, I was gonna
Okay.
steal that one. I was gonna steal that one too, man. I was like, Tommy, come on, you're
This
making me
is the
blush.
second week I sat on that one, man. That's the second.
You're too kind, Tommy. You're too
You guys are all the best traders I know, which is like the biggest cheat code for me because we all work together and talk every single day, man. I can't tell you how much money I've made just like talking with you guys every single day because there's a lot of overlap with what we all watch in the markets, but we all have our own little special niches that, you know, we follow, our own little corners that make us different from one another. And the market's simply just too big to cover alone. So having guys that you know and trust their calls and they're consistently profitable, it doesn't mean you win every time, but over a long period of time, consistently profitable, picking winners. Like you guys come up with stuff that like I haven't even heard of. I don't have time to watch. You guys have friends that I don't even know exist. You're in group chats with, you know, and we just syndicate all of that alpha into one discussion here on YouTube or in our Discord where we actually share positions. It's just I mean, it's just cheat code. Like the cliche and somewhat overused expression of your net worth is your network. It's the embodiment of like this group right here, man, and our community. It's fantastic. You know, it's just such a. I can't imagine navigating a bull market without you guys, like without our community. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. You have to have your community, and you have to be able to trust them.
LFG Max. LFG. By the way, guys, we are sitting already at freaking 62 likes, man. That's only 28 likes away. You guys are pumping those likes. I love it. Greedy Jackies and hungry audience.
That greedy Jackus.
greedy
man.
Jackus, man. He can't help
Greedy
himself.
Jackus.
Yeah.
Tucker, what do you got here, man? Looks like some bull porn here. What is this?
Yeah, no, it is. It is. So you guys are gonna have to work with me here, but so what I'm looking at, and this is gonna be a little I see the cross here, right? We got it here. When this thing does this and it kind of like rounds like that instead of just going straight down, that's bullish. There's no other way to put it. It's bullish. Because this little deal is gonna do that rather than just chop down here. I'm just seeing a lot of similarities, right, between what happened in 2015, 2016, and now. You know, even if you look at the 2 week, right, you see this green money flow just start getting larger and larger and coming out of the bear market. Like, okay, every bear market, you get red, you get red, you get red. Like it's time. Like it's simply time. And even looking at like 2019, you know, when did we get this green money flow again, right? We got it right here. That was post halving. We're getting it right now. Okay. What does this PA look like? Like how similar does this look, right? Like, let me get rid of these halvings. Like, I mean, you know, it suggests we're like post this dump. Like it suggests that this dump was this dump, right? Even though the timing does not line up, right? The timing is not post halving, right? This was even post COVID. This was, you know, Q3 of a halving year. We're not even in a halving year, right? So the timing by that sense doesn't work out. But like this is just liquidity, basically, right? This is just simply liquidity. So I don't know. It's just something I look at. I think it's pretty useful, honestly, just for confluence. Like you can't really trade on any one thing alone, any indicator, any whatever alone. But you know, I think what we're seeing is pretty damn similar. Like especially here, if you look at the crossover right here, you know, where's my thing? There it is. Right here and right here. Right. That would tell you that you're right here. You know. Basically, yeah, we can have big pullbacks, whatever, right? Because these were like, these were like 20% pullbacks, but as long as you don't have a big recession or anything, this basically says you're gonna trend up, right? This is like what we've been saying, is you don't want to fumble quality spot bags at this point before having, or even if this thing is telling you you're post having, right? Like, when did these MAs cross? And top was like in here, right? So I don't know. Either we're like midway, and if we're in 2015, we're like midway up this move, and we get this pullback, and then we go, or we're in here still, and we haven't gotten that yet. So
I need to pull a Tommy and steal the screen, man.
Yeah, take it.
I need to pull a Tommy. Oh, it's not letting me today. It's over.
Oh,
man.
you're stuck.
It's over. I might need to restart
close.
my browser. Tucker, do you remember
It's
I had
because
this
you're old.
drawing
Max.
saved as Bull Fractal from MC that I keep going back to?
Oh, yeah, I do.
I might drop out and try to drop back in sometimes. Keep going. Sorry, you keep going. I'll figure this out.
Yeah, man.
But if I drop, I'll be back.
By the way, Ayush said Jack is drop beta today, so I just wanted to say we don't do that here, man.
This is not Fu Manchu, boys. This is not Fu Manchu. We don't take that kind of slander here. This is the real deal.
Yes.
Max is back. But anyways, yeah, I mean it's some bull porn for sure. There you go.
Okay, sorry.
There
I
he
just did that
goes.
abruptly, but it worked. Okay.
Bull fractal from MC.
So we made this on Market Check when we were down in here. And I saved it on my computer right here. You can see Bull Fractal from MC. I saved it and I was like, well, let's just see if it plays out. And wouldn't you know, would you look at that? Interesting. Very, very interesting to watch this play out. Let me move this down here. Let's go back and look at this. So to me, it looks like we're basically right up in this region, right up in here. We're basically at like 17K Bitcoin back in November of 2020. And we push this forward, what could come next? I don't know if this will happen or not. I mean, it's following the fractal perfectly. I haven't moved this at all since we made it. But this is pretty wild to see. It's pretty wild that we're actually tracking like time-wise and everything is just perfect. What I find the most interesting about this too is if you remember the significance of this trend line here earlier in the year, where let's turn the magnet off. Multiple tags of this trend line, and then when we finally broke it, you can see we nuked. We caught that short, by the way. That was a fun one. But you can see the significance of it, and now we're back above this trend line. I still think that this trend line is in play here. I think if we do come back and retest this trend line, this is probably your shove spot, 40K retest 39.8 before the next leg up. Like, I think the fractal is just going to continue to play.
Does that trend line up with the CME?
Where's the CME start?
39.6.
So 39.6 would be
39.650.
It would be right.
Oh, wow.
It'd be right there.
There's your shove.
Yeah, so I mean, you come back, and the significance of this trend line, in my opinion, can't be understated. How much interaction we've had, and then when we were grinding underneath it, right here, you see how many times we got rejected from it. Now we're finally above it. I mean, if you get 39.6, 39.8,
shove.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play that. You got to play this fractal till it doesn't work, because what if, we've been following it since it was at 27. We've been playing it since 27, you know. We basically shoved Bitcoin there at 27, you know. Yeah, exactly, Goose. Who could have foreseen this?
Could have foreseen
Who could
.eth.
have foreseen this? And then we've been talking about, additionally, we've been talking about what if we come up and make a new all-time high, you know, and this diagonal line right here is like our Pico top, you know, 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I don't know if this plays. It to me, even when we initially drew this, it seemed very far-fetched. But hey, if the fractal plays, you know, so what? So be it. It's following perfectly. So
I think we don't get the double top this time because we got it last time, and I know Wabi has talked about like every other cycle is a double top basically, and so we're due for basically just a parabola. That's super left curve, and it's just like one the other. But like, if
so
it
this cycle would be more comparable to the 2017 parabola rather than like 2021.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
that would
think
make
I
sense.
think this cycle we just get a big. I still stand by this. We get a big higher time frame reaccumulation between 30 to 60K, and then we go for the big bull market. That's my take.
Wait, so you're saying what exactly, Jackus? Between
I'm
30
saying,
and
if
60?
you look at in 2017, we got exponential parabola. In 2021, we got like this exhaustion bull market, right? It just went up, and then there is like the crawl up to the right, and there is no more strength, and then there is the sell-off. So I'm saying we get a huge reaccumulation between 30 to 60K, and then we can spend like another year here, right? And then we break above, and we never, like, this is the base forever. The base forever. Just like I was saying, the
I
base
see.
below 30K is going to be respected forever now. The base below 30K. I'm saying that if we do see that reaccumulation, where we like reject from 60K and spend some more time in here, this will be the base under which we will never go below.
You saying like that type of base?
It has never been. It has never happened in history. But think of sort of like when Dow Jones broken out of the Great Depression, above something like that.
You think something like this?
Yeah, but I do not see the reaccumulation there in this 13 in like 2014.
You mean just because we
17 or
went up like that?
Yeah, exactly.
But instead, you think we're just gonna like do this type of thing?
Yeah, we would need to reject from 60K, and if we do reject from 60K, this is the big base.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. I mean, yeah, like if you're playing this like a range, like Max, you've talked about it 1,000 times, right? Like, where's
Legit.
the range thing? Yeah, right.
So big deviation. Everything below 30 is a deviation.
Yeah.
And ranges love symmetry. So now imagine we get the next move up. It won't go straight there, but imagine we just go back above the all-time high and put in a maybe you could invert that fractal, Tucker. Can you massage the bottoming PA to the top now?
Wait, invert, and then
I was gonna say like take a fractal.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Of this?
Yeah, like of that, and let's put it above. I mean, I don't know where you'd start it from, but
you mean
invert that? Yeah. But like we probably deviate above, the all-time high.
Start it from where?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, point being is just like I would expect some price action above.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so if we got this, which we can call a deviation, bruv, then we get another one, right? Up here somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So if this is all just one giant range, exactly. If this is one giant range and all of the price action below 30K was, deep value, we could call it, then I would expect a symmetrical deviation to the upside now, which would take us to a new all-time high, which would take us to, maybe 90K. And I don't know the time frame for that, but as of right now, I want to treat this like a range. I really do. I think there's a case to be made for it too.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I mean, we mapped this out before.
We mapped it out at 30K or just below.
Yeah, well, we've mapped out all these deviation bros, right?
Yeah.
Hang on, let's clone this.
I mean, look, the 2017 cycle did it too, man. It's the same thing.
There's another one, right? We got to make it the right template. There we go. Every time.
Yeah.
It's deviation, bro.
Exactly.
There it is. That's all there is to it. You just take like this PA and just
good one.
slap a deviation bruv on it,
Just slap it on there, man.
There it is.
Yeah. I mean, what else is there to say? Look at that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that it's just time, man. It's just time. It was truly the meme of beach ball underwater is what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And once
But that doesn't mean I don't think we're gonna get like a COVID style nuke, but I do think like if you look at that cycle right there, Tucker. So look at not that high, but the next one on
yeah, let me put this one there. Okay. What?
So like that cycle, yep, the 2016. See that peak, yeah. I think that we're halfway up on that move right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're halfway up on that move right there. I think we've got another 15 to 25% left to go. And then you probably get a nasty flush to retest like 35K or something like that on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then it's parabola time,
Okay, that was 38% parabola.
Then it's parabola time. So I think that you're halfway up on that move right now.
Because this is just like uglier vertical accumulation. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not vertical accumulation, but it's like I compare this to what we saw. Right.
And now this is a perfect time to mention that we have almost 80 people watching the show right now, and we've got 66 likes. Guys, if you have not liked the stream yet, please teleport us to 90 likes, guys, because Jackus is going to go on an absolute filthy, disgusting alpha dump if you guys can get us there. We got almost 80 people watching. I know you guys can do it. So if you have not liked the content yet, if you have not liked the stream, please just take one quick moment, make sure that you are logged into your YouTube account and just hit that thumbs up button for us. It doesn't cost anything to like the stream, and it really helps push our content. We talk about this. I know it might seem like a small deal, like, oh, what's my single like going to do? Other people will like it. We need the collective to like the video. It really does wonders for the algorithm. As soon as you guys start liking the video, we instantly see more people pop in. Like it's immediate. You get 5 to 10 more likes on a video, YouTube starts pushing it immediately. So please help us out. If you are enjoying the content, we have 82 people watching. Hit that thumbs up button for us again. The reason we're able to grow so quickly and we're almost at 3,000 subscribers already is because you guys show up every single day and you hit that like button. Furthermore, if you are new here, maybe you found us through Twitter, maybe you found us through the YouTube Explore page. This is Market Check brought to you by Because Bitcoin. We go live on this show every single day, Monday through Friday at 10:50 a.m. Eastern time with this full cast that you're looking at right now. It's basically a 2-hour-long alpha dump every single day. We talk about charts. We talk about narratives. Sometimes we place trades. And we also shill the like button really hard. That's just what we do here. But yeah, guys, it's basically just an hour and a half to 2 hour long alpha dump, but we just have some fun and hang out. So to be made aware of when we go live and also to help support us and help get us to 3,000 subs on YouTube, which we are getting very close to, please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not yet. But yeah, guys, happy Monday. It's a great week. So happy to be here. Please hit that thumbs up button for us. Jacka says something real special for you guys. We are only 12 likes away now from Jacka's just absolutely dumping a stupid amount of alpha on you guys. You're not going to want to miss this. So 12 more likes. And also, please subscribe to the channel, guys. Help get us to 3K. I know there's like 20 of you out there watching right now that show up every single day, but don't subscribe because you just get the tweet notifications. If you're ready to take that next step with us, as we are with you, we'd love to have you as a new subscriber here to Because Bitcoin. But Tucker, back to you, man. Back to the charts.
Back to the charts, man. Yeah. So this was just too good. I need to tweet this out. This is too good, man.
Way
Just
too good.
deviation, bruv, after deviation. But basically, the point is like you're not gonna come back below that line unless you get a COVID style event, right? Which we could get. Like we can't rule it out, but you also cannot plan for something. You should not trade because something like that happened. You know, it's I understand fractals, but like you can't be like, oh, it happened once, so it has to happen again. That's just not how you want to construct a portfolio, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, you don't come back below here, but you got close, right? You know, here you retested. Bitcoin was $5. It doesn't matter. So, you know, I know a lot of people want this level, right? That's not to say they won't get it, but I'm not expecting like, you know, a lot of people are saying like, you know, if we go to 50K and then we get 30, you know, that is a bit much, I think. I don't think we get, I think we maybe get 25, right? And then it becomes, where does that come from, right? If we get 25, that's 35. You know, if we got 25 from here, that'd be below. I don't buy that. So, you know, 48 back to 35. I think that's what I'm gonna go with, honestly. Because we should get a correction, right? We should. Like, I understand that. You know, look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green weekly candles. You know, when's the last time that happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last time that happened was 10K to 18K. So it is what it is.
Let me take the chart back for a second. Let me take her back.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the CME chart. All right. I want to just give you, this would be my ideal scenario right here. This would be my absolute ideal scenario. We'll see if we get it. But here's the gap that we just formed right here. Here, I'll just make it like a little bit bigger. Here's a CME gap that we just formed, right? So we had this vertical accumulation. Like this is a very, very powerful move that should not be understated right here. Like, this is incredible right here, guys. This vertical accumulation is insane. Actually, let me make this red just so we can tell the difference. That vertical accumulation should serve as a launch pad if we ever come back to retest it. And I don't know if we do get a perfect retest of it, but we had this breakaway from this vertical accumulation spot. I'll just go to the lower time frame so we can admire it even closer. This is an incredible amount of buy volume right here. This is now a launch pad if we come back to retest it. Here's the CME gap on Bitcoin. It starts at 40.3, goes down to 39.6 at the very bottom. All right. Here's my ideal scenario. Let's go to the weekly time frame. My ideal scenario, which would just be so much pain. So much pain. This is the last weekly inefficiency on the chart. This gap down that we had from up here. So I'll type this out here just so we can keep track of all of it. All right, that's going to be way too big. Let's do this. Last weekly FVG on the entire chart. All right, we're going to move this to the far right. And that's up here at, it starts at basically 62.7. All right, my ideal scenario is that we basically come up. And actually, let me mark out the halving as well. So the Bitcoin halving is going to be right here, roughly, you know, somewhere around here. let's see, BTC halving. All right. So last weekly FEG, BTC halving, and now we're going to put the Fed funds rate down here. All right. So here's what I want to see happen, guys, is I want to see Bitcoin do this. I want to see us continue to climb up, just like this. Fill in the last inefficiency, rally into the halving, and then halving comes around, and we get a post-halving nuke, and we come back, we retest the launch pad that we just formed, fill in this CME gap. So retest basically 40K after the halving, and then we start the parabola. The reason I have the Fed funds rate down here as well is that if you go back, we're going to take a field trip back here to basically 2019. You can see that during the Fed pause, I'll make this green now. During the Fed pause that we had in 2018 to 2019, until we started to get cuts, look what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin, historically, we don't have many data points. We have one. But during the last Fed pause after hikes from end of 2018 to middle of 2019, Bitcoin rallied. Let's just take a move here. Bitcoin rallied 100%. I mean, a significant move, huge move. And then, of course, you can see what happened when they started to cut. We got a bit of a flash crash here. I mean, it was a bleed and then, into the COVID crash, right? Just as they're cutting. So now we're fast forwarding here to where we are right now. And people say, well, we don't know how Bitcoin does during, a Fed pause to Fed cuts. Yes, we do. Let's go back to 2018, 2019. Imagine a scenario like this where we're in the pause right now. Same exact thing is happening. So we're into the pause, just like we were over here. Bitcoin's rallying. And until we start to get cuts, which will probably happen very end of Q1 or, sometime maybe into late Q2 even. Imagine this happens. We go like this. And then right around the Bitcoin halving, we finally get cuts. All right, let's make that orange now. Imagine this scenario. And Bitcoin can just continue to rally up. We go to like 60K or something crazy like that. And then Bitcoin halving happens and Fed cuts and we start to go down. And then we retest 40K and then it's bull market time. This is not impossible, in my opinion. This is not, some crazy, ridiculous idea. I mean, we do have some data points, that line up with something like this happening. So it's just a scenario that I'm entertaining is, what if this rally just simply continues as long as we're in this, Fed pause, just like it has happened before. Look at what happened over here. Look at what happened. Fed starts to cut, Bitcoin starts to go down, and then we have a crazy rally. But it goes up until that happens, and we're not supposed to get cuts, until Q2 of next year. So anyways, just a thought, but what do you guys think about this?
I think that looks like you
speechless.
believe in the halving. It looks like.
I am a halving believer. I am.
So you're not a halving deceiver, thinking that halving doesn't matter when it's never proven to not matter?
Yes, I think. I'm not sure.
All right, Will, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Well, this is my chart.
No, I know, but what did you mean by that, Will?
I mean, everybody talking about the halving doesn't matter. That's what I mean. Like,
it matters half as much as the last one, brother.
It always matters half as much, but it still matters.
I know, but the actual, sentiment wise, it matters just as much, right? But on a technical level, the supply shock is diminishing.
Whoa. What was that?
I don't know about all that, but
I don't know what just happened.
What was that? Why were there candles?
They were like balloons, I think.
Yeah,
I thought you did that.
No.
Is it somebody's birthday?
Wait, what just happened?
Is it your birthday, Tucker?
No.
Why did it just do that? I didn't even know we could do that.
Who did that? Who did it to me?
What is that?
I don't know.
How do I do
that was for the halving.
No, it's for the half. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out right now.
It was the
Guys,
halving.
we're at
from
84
League
likes right now, boys. We're at 84 likes, guys. I know there's 6 people watching that haven't liked the video. Guys, please help us get to 90 likes, and then Jackus is gonna cook for you guys. We're so close.
I'm still blown away by what this. I don't even know how I can continue after that.
I don't
What
know what
happened?
just happened.
What happened? I missed it.
It's because we were discussing the halving, and the stream got excited.
But seriously, like, what was that? I've literally never seen. I didn't know that. Was
I
a
didn't
function.
hit anything. I literally didn't touch anything. It just balloons just started coming up.
That is wild.
Lance, did you do that?
No, I don't even know how.
Wait,
to do that.
were there balloons going over the trading view chart?
No, that would be cool.
Because if you, for example, have pulled out Dodge in the past, there was Dodge dancing actually, like the dog of Dodge actually dancing there. I don't know if it works still, but it used to when you pull out Dodge USDT. So maybe
Right now?
I mean, it was there like a few months ago. I don't know if it's still there. And when you pulled out Tesla, there was Elon Musk smoking the weed meme. Trading view.
No way.
Yeah. So maybe
Pretty funny.
when you pulled out BTC, there were balloons for some reason.
Okay. Well, I don't know. We're gonna have to look into that. That was like one of the crazier things I've seen live here. I didn't know that was a function.
Every
There must be a
stream,
hotkey.
it
You
matters
must have
half
like
as
hit a
much.
key on your keyboard and it did something.
Maybe.
But yeah, anyways, this is kind of what I think could happen. I don't know exactly what it's like, but I don't really think there's a reason to get bearish or expect a pullback on Bitcoin, for a little bit here. I mean, we're really just starting to break out. We're getting close. We're getting real close. And something like this, if we front run the all-time high by just a little bit,
Mhm.
you know how crazy people would get? We're going to
I
get
don't
to
know,
an
Mac.
all-time high. I can't believe it. First time ever it's happened before the halving. We nuke down to 40K. They would just be so upset.
Max,
They'd be so mad.
But you already know this is the thing. You don't have to guess. You just put it beside the SPY, and you put ETH beside that, and you know the move for everything. It's a very
That is
simple process.
true, Will. That is
It's a
true.
very simple process.
Max, do it on your chart.
Do what?
Will.
You got to run the 3 charts side by side, SPY to the right, Bitcoin in the middle, and ETH on the left.
That's a lot of work, but I'll do it, Will.
It's pre-programmed. All right, it's pre-programmed.
It's a lot of work, but I will do it for you, Will.
And by the way, in the meantime, guys, we are 3 likes away from that 90 mark, guys. Lots of alpha dump is going to be shared. And now tell me, guys, do you want to hear alpha about TradFi, like SPX, rates, and so forth? Do you want alpha about Bitcoin, or do you want alpha about altcoins? You can choose your alpha. Let me know in the comments which alpha you want to be served today.
Okay, wait, Max. Do SPY on the left and then Bitcoin in the middle and then ETH on the right.
Oh, Tucker, so demanding, He's
I know.
barking
There
orders
is-
at me.
There is some precision to the trade. Just saying.
Will gets it.
Of course, Will gets it. He was the godfather of this thesis.
He was. Okay, yeah. Now map that range you have on Bitcoin, on SPY, and on ETH.
Coming right up. Oh, that's not symmetrical. We're gonna.
No,
We
you
need
got
some-
you got to ignore that deviation in the middle there. You want to come
Yeah,
down more.
go lower on the bottom one for.
Hang on, boys. You want lower here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
just
here?
ignore that middle Put it on the monthly. You'll see. Put it on the monthly.
This is what you're talking about.
That's
right
good.
here.
Yeah, that's good.
That's close enough.
Yeah, right in there. Right in there.
Right in there. Right in there.
Now I don't know why that right one's in red, but I think that should be in green.
Yeah, that ETH rectangle should be nice and green, brother.
Sorry. Here we go, guys. Hang on.
Yeah, there it is. There's the pullback.
Playing to a T. Playing to a T. No stops. Straight up. Stops.
Okay. There we go, guys.
But see, on SPY, that green box is the first move up on the left, not the
Oh,
most.
right. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, there it is.
That's what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yep. The lagger.
Oh, wait. This is Bitcoin market cap. Hang on.
They're both market
It
cap.
looks relatively the same. But you
All right,
get
we're
Yeah.
even. It's the same. You get the point. This is
You get the point.
48K. This is 3600.
3,600.
Whatever. You get the point. But yeah, man, this is nuts. It's nuts to me that ETH is just. I mean, buying ETH here is buying, the S&P 500 like somewhere around here. It's buying Bitcoin, right around here. I mean, just look at this. I mean, what else do you need to see? What are we really talking about here, guys?
Mhm.
What are you talking about? Someone tell me.
Be afraid. Be afraid of being underexposed. That's what you need to be afraid of.
Also, we just hit 90 likes. Jackus, it's cook time.
Mhm.
Take out your spatula, take out the pans, take out the cooking oil. It's cook time. Greedy
Let's
Jackus got
go.
90 likes, man.
Awesome, guys. I'm proud. I'm proud of you because this is a giant fan here, and I love it. So, what I need you, Max, is to finish up first. Then I need that Jay is cooking meme, right? And then we can go.
Okay, this is finished up. We're done with this, but I'm gonna get you your meme right now.
Do
There
we
we go.
really think that crypto is lagging like 2 months though? That's the only thing.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 For sure.
Yes.
Just
It's
yeah.
been lagging the whole time.
Correct.
Tommy, I need an outlook.
Somebody's calling me. Yeah, no, I don't have an outlook on crypto versus stocks leading lagging. I think it could be vice versa, but we need more information. No, I know that's not a committal answer, but
See, I know it's usually vice versa, right? I do
Well,
know that.
here's the lag. I'll show you the point of lag. When Bitcoin came up and tapped 30 and failed and came back to 25, that was your lag right there. That's where the lag first began. And then from there on, it's been behind SPY from that point forward. And I'm talking about on the second go around, not the first go around on 30. The second go around where it came up and touched and failed. If you overlaid those, SPY broke up, Bitcoin failed.
I'm a believer, man. I'd rather choose to believe that this is going to play out than not.
I do think the S&P is going to rip if it can hold above 4,500. So that would be a positive sign for Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's going to drive it higher here. But I think once you get up to all-time high, you'll probably see resistance. Bitcoin will probably be at that point right there of resistance where we're showing, and then ETH will start ripping because Bitcoin will stall.
Yeah, so Bitcoin's going to come up to here. This is like 48K on Bitcoin, roughly 48 to 50. It's going to just chop up here. It's just going to do this, and then ETH is just going to boop.
It's going to
Maybe
play
not quite
catch
that
up
high, but
really
you know what
quick.
I mean. Yeah, that's when ETH teleports. And then the S&P 500 is probably just going to do this, just all-time high. Whatever. All right, Greedy Jackus, It's cook time. You got your meme up in the right corner. Look at him cooking up that stir fry, man. You don't see that. You don't see that at every restaurant.
Man,
92 likes. We might get to 100 likes live, man. We've never had 100 likes live. We have gotten to 100 likes because people watch on the replay, but we've never had 100 live. So that'd be pretty cool, man. That'd be really cool.
that would be pretty cool, guys, to get to 100. I know, like, I'm satisfied with 90, but if you guys can, if you will enjoy the alpha, you can push it to 100, I'm sure. And by the way, remember, guys, what you said in the beginning, right? You said 90, that's not possible. Look at that. We are at 92 and the show hasn't even ended yet. Let's fucking go, guys. Remember that. Next time you want alpha, right? So ZK says, can you do TA on GTA 6? Well, I'm not sure about it. Maybe I could do TA on like the adoption of GTA 6. If you give me chart, I'll do the TA there. But yeah, I asked what you guys want. Obviously, you guys want some alts. So let's get to them, right? So first of all, this is going to be lots of alpha, and I need to create that perfect meal for you. And that starts with, that nice. By the way, isn't this funny? I just accidentally bumped this, but this was my, I was sharing this somewhere earlier this year. Looks like it's happening. This was completely random. I wanted to put in the index chart, not the crypto chart. But yeah, this was the plan, buy zone, hodl zone, distribution zone. It's as easy as this sometimes. But I wanted this chart and I wanted to clean, right? So first of all, we need to understand that BTC, and I know we guys agreed on alts, hang up there. We need to first understand, we need to start from BTC, right? Because that's when it all starts and ends. It's like a full circle. So we haven't seen alts to really pop off until we have seen Bitcoin to really jump up here and make that hard time frame reclaim of the range. That's why it's so important to understand where BTC is going. Alts will follow, just with more powder, right? And I want to show you few alts, right? So it doesn't really matter which ones we are going to pick here. We can put in, like, I don't know, tell me some alt that ran heavy in the past months, and not Celestia, because that was a
Solana,
Rune, right? Let's. I think a Rune is a decent one. And what we can see is that when BTC was pumping, right, we've seen lots of alts to really catch up and start doing those. Actually, let me put it in a separate chart like this. By the way, lovely. Right, and what we have seen is that the alts really began to go crazy in October when BTC began its pump, right? It was the first, right? If you look at this upside, look at that. BTC had a major breakout and then started to reaccumulate. But it was after BTC finished this move is when all these alts really, actually, let me put in the daily, right? It was really here when all these alts started to go crazy, right after BTC started to reaccumulate. So this move in Bitcoin is super important for alts, and I'll cover everything. No worries. This move higher, and I do think we go essentially to 48K. I do not think we go there like like a straight line. I think we go to like maybe we pull back here, go to like 45, pull back again, then we go to like 53K, something like in that matter, right? But generally upwards. This will probably cause some nice out pullbacks. So if that happens, already this upside will start to be seen in alts in the next few days. I'm telling you, it's actually already, you can already see that if you're gonna pull out chart like STX, right? STX, look at it, has been, it's a Bitcoin ecosystem token, and it's moving up very nicely with BTC, and whenever BTC really goes, it goes higher, right? Like here you had the reaccumulation range. Here you had the reaccumulation range. Now BTC is popping off, STX is popping off, and the many alts will follow just a few days after. So you are really in for sauce in the next few days, right? What you are waiting for though is when BTC sort of stops or hangs around. That moment, I'm hearing a background noise from someone, probably Tucker,
Not Tucker.
must be.
Mm. Everyone put yourself on mute, I guess, for now. Let's see.
I was on mute. I did want to jump in real quick, Jack. It says just kind of like in the middle
Yeah,
because it's perfect timing. Um, do you see the outperformance though with alts versus Bitcoin? Like when you pull up Rune, look at the gains on Rune versus Bitcoin. And this is why when people sit there and meme us about altcoins, it's like, dude, we're making exponentials over these moves on Bitcoin. Not saying Bitcoin's not a great asset, but if you're bullish on Bitcoin, don't you want to gain more sats? That's the way I look at it at the end of the day. Now I know that we had a discussion, not everybody can do that, but that's what we do on a daily basis here at BB. We're consistently looking for ways to outpace Bitcoin in significant margins and gain more sats.
legit. Good point, Will.
What was the
Uh,
upside on that versus Bitcoin? Just in a numerical for the people just listening.
this was around 400. Yeah, good point, Will. On the run, it was around 400%, and on BTC, from the October 13th low, it was around 60%. It's just as simple as this, and what I keep on repeating, guys. The lower market cap coins or assets will just simply pump harder than the higher market cap. So for us in crypto, it's as like BTC is what I refer to as SPX of crypto, right? You look at the SPX to know the general market move and where the market is heading, and then you look to outperform SPX. That's what you do in stocks. Well, in crypto, you do the same. BTC is the underlying most hard asset, right? And what you do is you look to outperform. If you cannot do that, you should definitely stick to just BTC and accumulate. And I mean, that's a totally valid point. Some people just want to work their job, they are happy with it, and they just want to store their wealth and maybe multiply it. You do that with BTC, you don't need to gamble on alts. And if you do like 20-30%, it's totally fine, guys. Those of you that are in crypto for the big gains, those of you that are in here every day and want to outperform, well, this is what we do, right? We look to outperform BTC. Otherwise, you can once again just stick to it. Now, I do think that lots of these alts that have pumped heavy, they ain't going to pump like this once again. This is important to be said. Just because we have seen, like nearly 400% pump on Rune, doesn't mean that with this upside we will see another 400%. No. These coins pumped heavily, and they will go up with the market too. But we are looking for diminished returns on this next market move, in my opinion, on these already pumped coins. But this is an opportunity for you, and I'll get to that, right? So once again, I still believe BTC will be, going into this area, whatever it is. No BTC Alpha today, okay? Just altcoins. But the important part is that we expect further upside on BTC. Now we jump onto Ether, because Ether is really where the altcoin money is, right? It's always been that way. And we need to look at it. And I mean, obviously there are alts that are not on the ETH ecosystem anymore today. There are lots of other chains. I do get it. But believe me, when you get that ETH outperformance, you will get so many alts pumping with it. That's just the way it is in crypto. And right here, I want to share this chart with you, because if we are bullish on BTC, we need to be bullish on ETH, guys. ETH is just broken out of a 550 plus days long ascending triangle after minus 75%. I will repeat that. After sorry, not minus 75, minus 82%, right? After minus 82%, Ether spent 550 plus days bottom range accumulating in this ascending triangle. We just got the breakout. Okay, this ain't stopping. This is a and by the way, okay, more on that later. But this is not stopping. This is just the beginning. And Ether will play the catch-up game with Bitcoin. And currently, market structure-wise, BTC is trading as if Ether was trading at 3,100. Okay, so if we are getting this upside on Ether from here, then that's 400% for many alts, right? And if we do expect BTC to go higher, well, we do expect Ether to catch up too. Okay, that will put a upward pressure on the ETH BTC chart, and that will put a pressure on the alt BTC charts. So you'll be looking to outperform BTC, not just you will not outperform the market in USD terms, but also in the BTC terms. And this is very important. Now, I could see before it catches up, I could see that we get some form of reaccumulation pattern, vertical reaccumulation here. Once we just that we have broken our here on Ether. This vertical accumulation could look very, very similar to what we have seen on BTC, oh shit, the wrong chart again. It could look very much, and I do not know which one is, doesn't matter, but we could see something like this, maybe shorter time frame, maybe it's just, like this thing, and then we will see the breakout. And at that moment, I do see is BTC to really catch up, but you want to position on alts already. And now I'm going to show you a few of the alts, right? So, and I'm not going to really pick any. I do have few favorites, but I want you to see the context. I want you to think in the charts, right? That's what you need to do. And what I'm seeing here is, and I've been making a pretty good post about Illuvium, for example, in June. And I was saying, and we will get to things, right? We will get to things. Actually, let me pull out. Okay, like this. And I was saying that in January, we got the eco bubble pump on the market in general. This was a basically pump without any retraces. Lots of people just missed this move, and if they bought in, in the middle, they probably held for higher upside and held all the way back down. The market went higher. Most people bought inside of here. And back then, when we were dropping lower, I was saying, hey, the structure first changed, but here it's important. The market makers, right, the big institutions and so forth, what they do, they buy inside of this pump. This is when they are buying. They are market buying and pushing the price higher and higher and higher. And what they are doing is, they are not limit buying, they are TIVA buying. So they push the price higher to generate interest. This is where lots of people FOMO in. And what they do is they create an average price because their size is way too big. And what they do is they create an average buy price inside of this whole time. And then they are looking to get into average sells. And they do that right here, right? They start selling on the way up. And here, lots of people were looking to buy supports, right? And during this time, people keep buying the support. And what happens is the supports keep on failing. The price keeps on bleeding. People keep getting frustrated. New lows after new lows after new lows. Add the Twitter sentiment and everything. What happens is the market exhausts itself. And then what happens is the actual pump. Once again, there are no retraces for the retail to get in. And what you start to get is the vertical reaccumulation and more upside. It happens very quickly. These alt pumps, they do tend to happen very quickly because the big guys, they don't want you to be in. They don't want you to be in. That's it. They want you to FOMO higher as you are waiting for the pullback. And when you are right here, after you've been through the bear market, right? This is your scaling. You are probably on H4 and you are not thinking, hey, I'm going to buy right here, right? You are thinking, hey, I'm going to wait for like at least 50% retracement or something. And then the market keeps going higher. And if you look back, buying this seems rather logical. It doesn't seem that bad, but that's in hindsight. In reality, you are zoomed in like this and you are thinking, this is too high, I'm not buying here, as they keep pressing it higher. That's what they do here. That's what they do here. They make this, right? They make this pump. There is no pullback here. There's no pullback to fill the inefficiency, to retest this support. No. Then they send it higher. There is no retest to send it down here. This doesn't happen, by the way, on just on these lower cap alts. It happens on the big alts as well. If you think about it, this same thing happened in Ether, right? The second largest alt and or asset in crypto. They pumped it right here, and they did make a retest of this one. That's true, but most people were waiting for a retest of the COVID high. They were waiting, and most people were waiting for this retest. No, and what they do is they just keep pressing higher. Then you have the vertical accumulation. People keep failing to see the vertical accumulations. Those are very powerful ones. We just got one on BTC. I'm not saying we get this upside, right? We need to apply context. But I'm just saying that when they start pumping these, they don't want you to be in. Now, going back to Illuvium, this one has already pumped, but I believe there will be more to it, right? I think we need to take all of these highs during the final stages of the sell-off. Then there are some nice places to unload, which is this one. This is pretty clean. I think Illuvium goes to $200. That would make sense. But generally, it's the upside. And what I want you to pay attention is the January, February high, right? The early year high. That's where most of these alts will be heading into. And now I want you to look at this and see coins like, Magic. Look at those. What do they do? You got a listing of a new token, GameFi, by the way, great narrative. You get the upside, January, and then you keep getting the sell-off, sell-off after sell-off, support loss after support loss, depression. Now we are trading here, and people are looking at this chart. They are looking at it like this, and they will be looking, to get some buys, sell here. What they don't understand is that this chart is heading for January highs. This market will start pumping, and you need to adjust the scaling. You need to adjust it like this. You need to adjust it. And this all goes just to the fact that we expect BTC and Ether to keep pumping, right? We do expect these to keep pumping higher, which means the market will get brought up higher. On Sushi, it looked very much, I think it was Sushi, yeah. It looked very much the same. There was the sell-off, and then you started to get the buy. We are not in the same market context to produce these kinds of pump, in my opinion. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there is further upside to take out the January highs. Now, if we go back to Illuvium, right? If we go back to Illuvium, it has taken out, and this can be anything, guys. I can pull out Elise, just another GameFi token. It's going to shape up, and we have also another thing lining up. It's the EMAs. It's the EMAs that are finally shaping higher. Although the market here they shaped up too, and they produce some nice upside. Some produce higher, some lower. But this time around, we have the market that switched the market structure to being bullish, unlike in January, right? And we are getting out of the depression phase. So this time I do expect the pullback to go higher, similar to what I expected on AVAX. Might not pull out the right chart right now. One sec. But basically what they did is that they kept doing like these pumps, right? And they kept getting smaller and smaller until you get the big upside, until you get the breakthrough. This is like the max depression. People start to get too zoomed in, and then you get that big upside. And where you are right now on many of these alts is right here after the flip. Now I'm gonna apply, just so you can see it, right? And I'm gonna apply many of these right on top of this chart. And you will see how closely they are correlated. They are lagging though. And you can really, take lots of these. You'll find out that they are trading very much alike. Some are lower, some are higher, right? We've seen TVK pump too, but their main target will be above the January high. So what you need to do right now, what you guys need to do is hold these tight. Hold these tight and do not sell for 5 to 10% move. What you want to do is wait for Ether and Bitcoin to tell you when the market is done with the upside, not with these levels. Do not watch the levels too much on here. I mean, do watch them, of course, because every asset has their own levels, but mainly watch Bitcoin and Ether, right? When these two have still upside to go, these alts will follow sooner or later. Another thing I want to mention is diversification. Guys, you need to. We have no idea which of these coins they will decide to pump. They can pump any of these, and you don't know. You can read about the in the past cycle. I've read so much stuff about, this coin is the next big thing fundamentally. This is the next big thing fundamentally, and some of their were, some of those weren't. They still did go up, just not as much. And that's what you want to do. You don't know. And if you diversify, you will catch the meat of the move, right? That's what I want you to do on these. Now, heading back, okay, let me pull on Sui, right? I have no idea if Sui is the next big thing, but I do know that the range is clean, the trend has been flipped to bullish, and lots of people are not bullish enough. They do not see this context coming together with the Bitcoin upside, ETH catching up, ETH big upside, and therefore alts upside, right? And these coins, hey man, if we hit, I think we can go all the way up here. And then the thing is, I do not know. In my opinion, the upside is not questionable. What is questionable is the magnitude. Okay, and I do not know. Like we've seen these charts when we look back and the scaling is something like this, and I have no idea if it goes to like $5 or if it just goes from here and goes to like 100%. Both are possible. I do not know that. Once again, we have to watch other markets, Ether, Bitcoin, and possibly DXY, gold, silver. All of those are very much important to watch. That's where we create the context. But here, guys, right now is the big part. Gonna mention also is BTC. I still think the big big rotation is here, and the moment to adjust the scaling, I think we take some of these lows, but then the moment ETH really starts breaking higher, we will see ETH BTC to catch up. In my opinion, it prints this move, right? It's going to be inefficient. It's going to be up like this. No real pullbacks to enter on. Just right here, bear market. This was a bearish retest. Everyone will tell you, then fuck you, right? That's what happened. Now, this is, in my opinion, this is going to be most likely the same. Then maybe like finalize. Then in my opinion, you will start to get the spot Bitcoin ETF news, and so forth and so forth, and you will get a reaccumulation, another type of sell-off like this. And then maybe you're going to get that bigger upside, like with playable. But I can see how so many people are right now so bearish on Ether. They are not paying attention to this. This will pump higher. This is where they will start to get bullish, just like they have here, right? And then you're gonna get this move right here and further sell. I can still see this happening. you shouldn't be too much scared how much they do sweep some of these lows, because you need to apply the broader context, and the broader context is, once again, that we have broken under ETH USD pair. It always goes like this. Always goes like this. When USD pairs are stacked. By the way, I'm gonna show you, right? I'm gonna show you guys. Let's pull on ETH BTC. I need some clean chart. Right, and look at it. Here we see the same thing. ETH USD started to break out higher, right? It started to break out higher, and look, it started to do this vertical accumulation, and look what ETH BTC has been doing in that time. It has been bleeding lower, and only here, when it started to really pump, is when ETH BTC bottomed and started to go higher, right? And it wasn't all the way until this upside later on. So this is my take, that we can currently, we can spend, on ETH BTC, we can spend, sorry, on ETH USD, we can spend some time reaccumulating like this on the USD pair, and then ETH BTC will get ready, and at that point, that's your go-to alt. So that's it, guys. That's it. I believe this is the main alpha. Maybe going to show one last chart, and that's the total to which excludes Bitcoin. Obviously, there are stables included, which can be somewhat shaky, but still nonetheless good chart. And I do think, we are breaking out above here. The moment we close above this level, which I think we will, is really their pricing level. And then the big hard time frame range is in, right? It's like this level is very similar to this level. And with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the meal. The alpha was served. I hope it serves you well, and you guys make lots of money on this one, okay? And make the right choices.
Jagus, we hit 105 likes, man.
That is phenomenal.
105 likes.
New all-time high after new all-time high, Max.
Unbelievable. Guys, thank you so much. That is just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All thanks to you guys. Wow. I'm so proud. Well, that was cooking. Does anybody else have anything? We've been going about an hour 45. Anybody else have anything? Might need to call it for today, guys. That was a lot. But guys, just a quick reminder. I won't even ask you guys to like right now. But guys, if you are new here, we're getting so close to 3,000 subs on YouTube. Please just take one moment and hit that subscribe button as well. This is this was an absolute alpha dump today from the entire team. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. But yeah, if you guys could just help us out, help us get to 3K. It's a really great subscription. You guys will not regret subscribing to our channel. And again, this is Market Check, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. It's our daily live show. We go live Monday through Friday at 10:50 a.m. Eastern time with this full cast right here. So guys, please consider not only liking, I think everyone has to have liked it at this point. We're at 105 likes, but also subscribe so you can be made aware of when we post and when we go live. So you can come hang out with us on a day-to-day basis, because we love waking up and we love doing this show, just as I'm sure you guys enjoy. You guys are enjoyers of the Because Bitcoin Market Check show. Wow. Yeah. Look at this. Booty Bandit said, Max sounding like a proud dad on sports day. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I am a very proud dad, man. I'm a very, very proud dad in a lot of ways. So proud of my team always. It's the hardest working team, man.
I love the comment by Tanner. He says, I was here because he expects that in the future this will be shared. And he wants to be in the comments.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, Jackus, how are we tracking here?
What you mean? What you mean?
I'm looking at your fractal right now.
Oh yeah, it's just something to
Yeah,
keep
just
in
having some
mind.
fun. Dude, we got to
People have
109 likes now. They won't stop. We keep
They
going
wanted
until we get to 1,000 likes. Should we just keep it rolling as a marathon?
we go 24 hours straight.
All right, guys. Here's
With
what we're gonna
nature.
do. We're gonna call it right here, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. It's time for the shill of all shills, guys. It's time for the shill of all shills. All right, guys. It's time for the Discord shill, guys. If you have enjoyed the content today, and you think we're a group of smart guys, you guys. I mean, you show up every single day. You hear the plays, you see the plays. If you want an intimate look behind the curtain on how all of us here, plus King Wabi, who's not on the show right now, approach and attack these markets and actually place trades on a day-to-day basis, the Discord is for you. We do upwards of 2 hours of live private voice calls with the Because Bitcoin Discord community every single day, Monday through Friday. That's not once a week. That is 10 hours a week of additional private voice calls where we can talk. You can ask questions. We talk every single morning before the New York session opens and also right before the New York session closes, in our opinion, the most important times of each single trading session. So if you enjoy the YouTube stream, you're going to absolutely love the Discord. It's a great way to support us, and it's also a great way to support your trading journey. On YouTube here, we focus a lot on TA and narratives and talking about trades. But learning to do TA is something that everybody can do. You know, you spend enough time watching other people do it, you can more or less figure it out. But the real difference maker is execution. And that's really where we put our focus in the Discord, is execution, actually placing bets, sharing with you guys how we don't just draw on charts. We don't just, speculate on where things are going, like a lot of these TA gurus, but we actually make calculated, precise, and very large monetary bets on how to extract value from these markets over a long period of time consistently. So if you want to give it a try for a little bit while longer, we are doing a 30-day free trial. I'm going to put that code across the bottom of the screen. You can find the link to our Discord. It's the first link in the description below, becausebitcoin.com/premium. And then when you go to checkout, you can put in the code that's going across the bottom of the screen, free month for 30 days for free. You'll have to put in your card information, but it will not charge you. So if you don't like it, you can cancel. But we do have very high retention. I have a feeling you're going to fall in love with it. You're going to go, wow, I can't believe I didn't have this as a part of my day-to-day schedule. This has dramatically improved my life and my trading experience. I am more profitable. Wow. The Discord is paying for itself, guys. We have a lot of people in there that constantly tell us, and they write testimonials, and they're on our website, and they're also in the Discord. If you join, you can see, a lot of these guys within like a week or two of joining have already paid for their entire year plus in the Discord. We are giving out constant plays, constant alpha. It is not a signals group, but I suppose if you want to use it like one, you're more than welcome to do that, because we do, in the spirit of transparency, share all of our active positions. And again, you can go back the entire year and see every single trade that we've all taken. We document everything, literally every single thing. Nobody else is doing it like we are. So give it a try, 30 days for free. We're going to keep it open for a little while longer. I do not want it to get too crowded, because I want to ensure quality. It's like when you're franchising a business, you get too many locations and the quality dips dramatically. We're not going to let that happen. So we're really trying to find our crew right now. We want to find our group, our community, where we can ride with you guys through the bull market. They'll have to figure out what to do with everybody else that wants to join. But anyways, give it a try right now, 30 days for free. Use code free month at checkout. And again, it's oriented and tailored towards execution. How are we actually applying and placing bets based on the technical analysis and the discussions that you guys are seeing here on YouTube, the Market Check show every single day, and then also our Twitter spaces. So anyways, that was a mouthful. I'm going to drink some water, and I'm going to kick it over to Snorlax to say a final farewell to all of you.
All right, guys. Sorry if you hear they're blowing some leaves in the courtyard near me. I had to mute myself, but thanks, Max. As always, great post-show spiel. And I want to echo everything that Max just said, right? I mean, not just the analysts that are crushing it in the Discord, guys. The community is as well. They've hit some really great trades over the last few weeks and really over the course of this year. So really excited with the growth of the community. And yeah, I mean, there are not many places, in my opinion, that are better for people who are aspiring to be bull market or bear market dominators, regardless of market conditions. But yeah, y'all have a fantastic rest of your Monday. It was a great start to the week. We had a huge Bitcoin candle on a Sunday night, always a great tone setter. Hopefully we can get some volatility on altcoins, on Bitcoin, in all markets this week. That's what we're always hoping for. But make sure to tune in for Market Talk with King Wabi at 4:30, 4:15 Eastern time. The time will vary a little bit depending on our afternoon calls with our Giga Chads. Like Max was saying, I'm going to show it one more time. We provide a lot of coverage for the Giga Chads, and, there are not many communities that are doing both a morning and afternoon call just to talk about markets and our thoughts, just separate from spaces. But that's pretty much all from me, guys. We've been going for about 2 hours. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all absolutely smashed the like button. And, like the Bitcoin candle, it's a tone setter for the rest of the week. So, y'all have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks again.
No salute, Tucker. I always wait for the salute. There you go. All right.
There
all
it
right.
is.
I always wait.
I know.